Hello and welcome to the second episode of PES 2020 Become a Legend. This time around it does go a bit better than the first, so we were severely struggling for minutes. As after our disappointment not being picked for the England team after our solitary appearance, we are giving back a starting role, again out on the right side because Barnsley don't want to accommodate for my second striker role. I can't expect them to, but it is disappointing. But we have West Brom here, and also this is the last game without the kind of actual badges and kits and stadium names. Not that the stadium names does too much, but yeah, this will be the last game in these kind of circumstances. Early on we give away a free kick, probably around, not really sure, 25 to 30 yards out. It's somewhere in that region, I believe, after they show the replay for the foul. And it's Gareth Barry of all people who decides to step up. Didn't expect that as the outcome. Absolute wonder strike from a set piece from Gareth Barry. Rolling back the years, even though off the top of my head I can't remember a time he's ever done anything like that. And again they come forward. Keeper only just about turns that round the post. He is a worrying person between the sticks. He's not done too much to fill me with confidence so far. But falls to Gavari out on the right. He knocks it forward to me. Decide to open my legs up a bit, get the sprint in, see the ball inside, so lay it off to him. Continue my run, continue to get down the right. Again looking to cut back in now, because again I'm not sure on what's too successful in going down the wing, whether it's sticking in crosses, whether it's sort of how to shoot yet, be it finesse shots first time, I don't know. So it's all experimental at this stage. Get absolutely clarted in the air there from Ghazi, I believe it is. He gets back out to me. Absolutely banged again. We're still cycling it around trying to get a shot off. We do get into the feet of Woodrow, and off a deflection he does hit the post there. So it wasn't a wasted bit of possession. We do get a chance from it. We do come close, but sadly no reward in the end. We shall see it again here into the feet of Woodrow. It's a slight flick off the shins, and that's enough to turn it off the post and wide. But later on in the half now, approaching the halfway mark, does get to me, I play it into the feet of Woodrow again. Knocks it back to centre midfielder who finds me out on the right again. I see Cavari on the overlap. I do hit him. He decides to cut back himself. Plays it into the feet of me. Again, not a bad strike. Test the keeper where I can. It was El Habsi in goal after throwback. Remember his joyous days at Wigan, full of calamitous errors, but the odd decent performance here. He's quite a funny player. But we are starting to get more shots off now, not a bad one again to test El Habsi. He does get his feet to it. He did parry it technically into a dangerous area, but they get away with it. A lovely ball there. And again, we can't make the most of it. You can see my pro, if you will, is absolutely outraged for that. But El Habsi claims it there. Poor attempt at a throw out, which we do win back. I play it into the feet of Woodrow. If only we seem to have his finishing, because more often than not, everything he touched seems to turn to goals. So, does get us back in it just before half time, and the whistle does go at 1-1. So we do get ourselves back into it against who are quite a worthy opponent. I'd say if you actually have watched any championship this season before it got shut down, they probably are the best footballing team and just overall team in the championship. Only really rivaled by Leeds, but again, Leeds kind of get certain places. I don't know whether it's just through club size or just perseverance and want, but in general just through actual footballing style, West Brom do play the best. Lovely ball forward to me there. How I would have loved that to nestle in the top corner on the half volley, I believe it was, but it wasn't to be. And we're really struggling to open our accounts here. It seems we're doing everything but score. Some great testing efforts either for the goalie or shaping crossbars we're doing now. Just getting really unlucky overall. We have obviously now got our first assist for that pass into Woodrow earlier. And we do get slipped in right before the final whistle here. Chance to win it for us. Again, I'm not sure on the best way to beat the keeper. Try and shift it on my right and finesse it. Doesn't seem to work out. And that'll be the final whistle. So not the worst result to draw away to West Brom. I don't know how much of away has a factor in this game, or if we're playing it, if it has any factor at all. But we'll take the point against West Brom. I mean, when, like, you know, if you do know about Barnsley, they're far from a great side in championship terms. So they'll take most points they can get. We do get a 7.5 here, joint with the man of the match, Paulie Woodrow. So We are unlucky not to get it there, but Woodrow did get our only goal of the game, so I can see what they were doing. Goals are usually rank over assists, unless the person who's assisting's general performance does put, well, basically can't be ignored. See the table here, we do move up slightly at that point, but no dazzling heights yet, and you can see we have now got our first assist. The stats do continue to go up. I believe on the curve we are still sat on it. Hopefully we can get ahead of that curve and moving on to higher overalls, better ability players to actually start finishing our chances when we get them. You can see there, it didn't look like I had updated the badges and kits yet. Again, we're playing right wing forward. I believe I did leave it there for the day at the time. And when I came back on, I decided to put some points on my skill training. I am trying to learn first time shots, so it helps us. And you can see here, we have now got the badges and the kits. So no more whatever PES give you, these basic red numbers, and we've actually got the real things now. The ball does get back into the feet of Williams, and that is a top finish from him. A finish I'd be proud of. And I haven't found the back of the net with shots like that yet. It puts us 1-0 up, and again we take a rare lead, which is good for us. Again, we do need the points. Don't want to be stuck in any kind of relegation battle, as the real life Barnsley are. You can see the stats here when they eventually come up. We have had more possession, we have had more shots, and they have both been on target, so I feel like Blackburn can't have any complaints at all. Balls to our chest here, we do see the ball out on the left and we bring it forward to him. He's got space to open up now and get forward. Continues down the left, does get absolutely clarted there. I believe he does pick up a yellow card for it. You'll see it on the replay when it comes up. Wasn't necessarily anything done with the feet, but in terms of a knock to the face, it was certainly something. Just an absolute blockade. He's hit a brick wall there. It does eventually get taken. Almost a bit Bruno Fernandes Martiali, trying to come up with something innovative. Played a short one, does get on the end of it, but the touch does close the angle for himself. Despite trying it regardless, can only really find the side netting from there. It is played into our feet here. We look further forward. Could have been better weighted to give him a better angle, but he does still get a shot off. But he was never going to truly test from that angle, but it wasn't a bad little through ball. We managed to keep it on here on the right. Play it centrally. It does eventually get back into our feet and start to burst down the right. Do see I've got two men on me and it's closed off, so I do manage to pull it back. Cavare on it now. Does decide to move it centrally. Does end up back in our feet. Not a bad testing shot with the left foot finesse, but again the keeper has dealt with it. And that is all for us, as we are subbed off at this point. So hopefully Barnsley can hold on to their lead and our first win of the season. As you can see here, they do. It's a good win for us. Blackburn kind of are a mid-table side if anything, but especially at home, those are the kind of wins you've got to take, because if you're only going to beat the people involved in relegation, it's going to look nasty. So you've got to get points against games you can consider at least somewhat winnable. And we do here. You only get a simple 6.5, but that's not bad, it's not negative. You can see these 3 points do actually bring us on the screen, so we don't have to scroll down for Barnsley no more, at least for the moment anyway. And we are up to a 71 overall. As these stats do just go up as you play, depending on what you do on the training, how well you're doing just with specific stats. And we are now ahead of the curve at 71 rated. All without playing in our actual position. Because when you actually, if you were to pause and see me on the game plan, because PES have it where if you play in a position that isn't yours, all it does is alter your overall to how well you probably could play it. And I am literally about 63, 64 and playing at right wing, which we are playing again. So we're having to make do, but we're not doing too badly with it. I'm saying we're starting to get some shots off, get some balls into forwards, get some assists, and more importantly, get more minutes, which is what we had a severe lack of in the first episode. We have Leeds again here after they knocked us out the cup in the first episode. We do lump it forward very early on. Extremely speculative from ourselves, but it's nice to see our guys are willing to try something like that. He is capable. I mean, if it went in, I probably would have gone nuts. Might have had to delete the game because there's no better in that outside the box overhead kick. But it's nice to see him trying them. We win the ball in midfield here, they do look outright to me. Play the simple ball in, he does exchange it very quickly, so I have to knock it back. It is lumped forward to Woodrow again. He does win the knockdown and I flick it centrally. If it does end up back in our feet, we do shift it on the left. Again trying, the keeper was always going to save it, but it's on target, which is an improvement. And that little trip there, the ref does deem worthy of a penalty, and Leeds have a very clear opportunity to take a 1-0 lead here. The boys can protest all they want, but the decision has been made, and it is probably fair. It's not the most blatant of fouls, but you can see again here, he does leave a foot in. Well, apparently not, I do skip it, but he does leave a foot in, and Helder Costa does go down over it. Pablo Hernandez, an extremely experienced player, isn't going to miss from the spot. It's a very weird saving animation to kind of look at it going left and eventually dive. It never truly looked like he wanted to stop it. But again, Leeds go 1-0 up. And we decide to come forward now, down the left-hand side. We do move it into the middle. And it does end up at our feet. Again, trying with the left foot, which I believe my weak foot usage and actually is only around kind of 2 and 3 out of 5. But they don't seem to be too bad efforts. And we are still testing the keeper, as we do again here. Still can't beat him. Hopefully one of these will come in one day and we can open our account. But as of now, we're making sure the keeper's alert, doing his best, but still can't get the goal. A lovely defence splitting pass there as we get it out left. Do move it into the feet of Woodrow, and again, if only we had his finishing, because that is a cracking first time shot across the keeper, always drifting away from him into that side netting, and he never stood a chance really. And that brings us into half-time level. So a well-timed goal there from Cooley does give us a chance in this game. Second half, it's just who's the better team really as to who wins. See the stats here. I'm saying the possession's been awful, the pass success not so great either, but the shots, I'm saying we're getting the shots off, and that can't be too bad ever. As we move down the right here, push it open into a bit of space, do fizz it across the 6-yard box, which Cooley does get to, but somehow in a weird way of striking the ball doesn't manage to divert it even goalwards for a save. You'll see it again here. Does manage to meet it and over the keeper, but still does trickle wide. We're going to almost another assist for us, but not quite. As Leeds bring it forward now into the feet of Bamford, and that would have been one hell of an own goal. A quality slide tackle, but if it flew in, it would have been incredibly disappointing for us, especially the guy with the slide tackle. Again, we get into the feet of Woodrow, and he manages to hit the post again. Think I'm going to get an assist there. A solid strike, but not enough to find the net, unfortunately. And I was worried again that a little trip had given away a penalty. They do play it into the feet of Click here, but I think they do deem he gets enough on the ball, and the ref does book Mattis Click for diving. And at the same time, unfortunately for us, we are now subbed off. And again, that is all that happens in the game. So it seems at the moment we are now earning enough to play towards the 70th minute kind of area, 70th, 75th. Usually does seem to be level at 1-1 at the time that happens, and it does seem to stay that way most of the time. 1-1 does seem to be quite a common PES score from what I've been dealing with. But away to Leeds again, similar to the West Brom result, not too bad at all. You see we did get a 7 in that game, so a solid rating for us as well. As we move on to 4 games, an average rating of 6.8, but still only that 1 solitary assist and no goals as of yet. But we really are searching for one, and hopefully we can find one next episode, hopefully with some more minutes. But thanks for watching. I say next episode we will open with this Bristol City game. Again, I am stuck out on the right. But as I said before, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.